Hi, I'm Nate Caddy. You're listening to the Don Pod.
Welcome to the Don Pod, the supporters podcast. Here's your hosts, Sam and Nate.
3, 2, 1, yeah!
Essendon have a lesson in footy IQ, but fall to the Saints 11-9-75 to 11-11-77 in a thriller at Marvel, outshining the top four clash in Perth, you might say. Yeah. Welcome back to the Don Pod. I'm Sam. I'm joined by Nathan. Hello.
Hello, Sam. Welcome to everyone. And that's a great point. I didn't think of that. Our game was probably more exciting to watch than the Brisbane Freo game, because that was a flogging in the end.
Yeah, I did watch the second half. I think if you're a Freo supporter, you would be fuming. They were awful.
They were awful. But were they awful or were Brisbane good? Anyway.
A bit of both. It was good to see Paddy Voss really struggle against a good team, not just Stat Patton against shitters. Anyway.
Let's just move to Essendon. Not bitter at all, people. Not bitter at all.
No, I hate the narrative around it. Anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Start off with some numbers. Now, I've got a few here because it's actually interesting and exciting this week.
Well, because it was a close one. Who would have thought it?
There's some seriously good numbers.
Yeah.
Well, I would have thought it because St Kilda are a bit poopy.
Meh.
Yeah. Redmond, 36 disposals, 12 marks, a match-high 9 intercept possessions, 796 metres gained, and went at 89% disposal efficiency. Yeah. Now, off the face of it, we've got some issues with stats. There's no CBAs, they're all not showing, and also kicking efficiency. So that's why I've had to go with disposal efficiency. McGrath. Undoubtedly, for me, his best game for the football club. 35 disposals, 6 clearances, 83% efficiency in his disposal, 9 score involvements, 14 contested possessions, and 9 tackles. And not only that, played on Nasai Manganine Millera and kept him to 24 disposals. He had his moments, and Brad Scott said he will have his moments. You can't stop that. But very good game from Pidge. Yep. And then my boy Durham, who you can't stand, 28 disposals, 7 clearances, 8 score involvements, and a match high 14 contested disposals.
And it's at this point I point out Sam is still single for all the girls out there, if anyone's interested. So he's only doing the Durham thing because I did the single thing. So it's his little dig back at me, everyone. So Durham
actually had 15 contested. I got that wrong.
And I like Durham. I think we want to go out.
You can't stand him. You cannot stand him. In front of the sticks, 3 goals to McMahon, just looking really, really great every week. Perkins and Langford 2 each. Nice to have Perko back in form and Langford back in the team. Wright, Unwin or Onion, Menzies and Lual with a goal. Lual's was very, very good. Very opportunistic off the deck. And little Unwin was very solid on debut.
Do you remember that joke you told me the other day? Can you do that off the top of your head?
So Albert Thurgood on Twitter, I believe it was, having a guy named Unwin is quite fitting for the Essendon Football Club. What happened to consecutive win and huge win? Yeah. Thanks for making me re-say it and then not laugh at it.
Well, somebody else might be giggling. I heard it already and I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. But yeah, not mine. Right. What's your takeaway? You go, and then I'll.
Well, I was, we watched it together through the weird world we do with Zoom, and I was just, what really stood out to me. There were a few things, but I think the highlight for me was there was effort and energy and excitement in the group, which I think at periods, probably in the last 10 games that we've lost, at periods where that has not been anywhere near it. Like as you talked about, Onion's goal. And I don't reckon I've seen the boys get around someone for a goal. And there's been moments where the guys kicked the first goal and 4 guys have rolled up to him and give him a high five.
Oh, they just rock up and give him a little pat on the head.
Yeah, well, I mean,
get on with their life. Yep.
Well, there was genuine excitement. There was harassment. There was tackling. There was effort. There was, and we've talked about this for so many years, Sam. But that's, that's what we expect. That's the base level of expectation. We can deal with the missed kicks. We can deal with the Menzies set shots.
I don't know if we can.
We can't actually probably deal with that. We want him off the list because of those kicks. But, we can see that there's improvement in that stuff, but we just want the effort. And we saw it last night. We saw, a bit of it the week before and a little bit of the week before that. So I'm praying to God that we keep going for the next 2 rounds, putting in that sort of effort and just be, maybe we'll snag a win. That'd be great. But that's all I'm asking for at the moment because 17, is it 17 players out of our probably expected 22 didn't play last night. Like
Well,
that's the team. Another team we've got sitting on the bench.
we are now 3 players on our list that haven't played a game in 2025. Jaren, Allen David Jr., ADJ, and Cox. So obviously Cox can't, Cox won't.
Mm.
But if Laverde doesn't get up for next week, there's every chance Jaren comes in
Which would leave ADJ
at a bit of a. Yeah, well, we've talked about that enough.
He's got to be off the list. He's going to be walking around going, well, I'm dead man walking.
Well, this
dead
is
man
over for me.
walking.
Yep. Just quickly, I just thought I'd check. Liam McMahon's 5th in our goal kicking.
Get the fuck out of town.
He has kicked 11 goals.
Get the fuck out of town.
Which
Really?
is equal with Nick Martin. This hasn't updated, but Pete's +1, but still that doesn't matter.
Yep. Oh my
So
God.
Pete's on 26, Caddy on 20, Perkins on now 17.
Oh, that's interesting.
Kako, did he kick one last night? Did I say?
No.
So Kako's on 12,
Mm.
and then Martin and McMahon on 11 each.
Get
So
the
there's a world in which he can finish 3rd. I don't think he'll jump Caddy with 20. Could do.
Well, did he hurt his hand, Globe?
Well, yeah. Brad Scott said that they're not sure. They're optimistic.
Okay.
It's quite swollen. He got stomped on the hand. So it'll either be a broken hand, which judging by merit was only a week. I don't know quite how that works, or, he's done for the year. But I've seen plenty out of him to suggest he's a keeper.
Mm.
Absolute keeper. He's probably still leading our VFL goal kicking. He's probably still leading Carlton's VFL. Like, he's just a good little footy player, isn't he?
He has been good, and look, the positive that's coming out of this year, and hopefully we see in the future. We've talked about this too a few times, is that what this season at least we walk away in the future and go, what we got from that was maybe Onion turns into a star, and McMahon, and we really like Newen too. So there's Clark played a really good game last night. So that's what we hope we're going to walk away from this year, because at the moment it's weak, 3rd, 4th bottom.
Well, at the moment we're kind of vying for draft picks, but
yeah.
And in positive news, St Kilda winning means Melbourne can't jump them, I think.
That's
They were
good for us,
unlikely to,
Yep.
but now they can't, which does
They'll
happen.
have to beat Collingwood.
Not that I would have preferred to win, to be honest.
No, but we've got to, take the positives.
Take the positives we can get, yeah.
Yep.
This is not at all how I wanted to start this, but seeing as you've mentioned all our kids, I just want to mention
Yep.
I loved Clark sticking up for Newen a couple of times. Can we
yep.
just, St Kilda, you have won one flag and it was like 40, 80 years ago, whatever it was.
69.
I don't quite understand the arrogance of Jack Higgins in particular. Guy did not earn a kick all night. He was gifted his 3 goals.
A few free kicks, yeah.
And then you have the goal to get in Newman's face. Just
Especially like a third gamer. Like,
don't understand.
Like,
What it might tell me is that Newman's annoying, which I like if that's
Dude.
the case. But it was also really great to see the boys go in and stick up for Newen a couple of times, particularly Clark.
Yeah, Clark's like
Clark was in there every time, and you got to love that.
And the other thing I want to mention about Onion, which I liked, was his sidestep.
And the turn of pace.
Yeah.
The step on him was good.
Yeah, no, I really liked the way he just moved. And again, the kid, he looked like such a kid. You and I, when he had that first set
Oh my
shot,
God, he's got the pimples and everything.
He's a young man. Like, he is a young fella.
The longer I watch football, the older I feel, which isn't a surprise to anyone.
Does happen. Yeah, that certainly does happen, Sam.
It was funny that he was in a bit of traffic and he just accelerated away. And oh, wow, I took a bounce and then nearly missed his foot. It was quite funny. Gets a free pass.
To work on, but
gets a free pass. I don't give a shit. That's fine.
That's right.
I just loved it, to be honest. Lual did some nice things, tackled a guy holding the ball, caught him cold, kicked that lovely goal, which I think should be talked about as a potential goal of the year, sort of contender, at least.
Just socking it off the ground, mate. But yeah, anyway.
The angle and the traffic, it was a very good goal. Anyway, on to the numbers.
Yep.
For the first time in I don't know how long, plus 38 disposals, plus 34 kicks, plus 4 handballs, and we actually were plus 2 contested as well. Plus 2 inside. It's so nice saying plus. Plus 2 inside 50s. Plus 20 hit outs.
Wow, how's that possible?
Yeah, I know. Goldie played a good game, to be honest.
He did, actually. He played a really good game. 100%.
He was very solid. Minus 9 clearances, minus 2 at centre, minus 7 at stoppage. And we were plus 33 marks. So we we touched on it last week that, it's minus 16 against Geelong was a serious improvement on the previous month.
Yep. The doggies had us in
And
one
now
game,
we've
didn't
gone
they? Yeah.
plus 33. So if I can, I feel like I'm talking a lot.
That's all right.
I have done a deep dive
Yep. Gone
into
right
our
into it.
kick to handball ratios. So we were 225 kicks, 144 handballs last night, which surprisingly is how you get a lot of marks. You kick the ball a lot, which had a kick to handball ratio of 1.56. Call that 1.5 times.
Yep.
And we went at 76% efficiency. If you go back game by game, I won't bore you with the numbers. We have not had anything above 1.5 since Anzac Day.
Oh, yes. Okay.
With a 1.62, but
Yeah.
we went at 65% efficiency.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he's the best we have used the ball all year.
Yep.
And oh my God, it was so fucking obvious. The
It was.
change. I've written now. It makes me want to cry with joy. We have been harping on this all year, and obviously we don't take credit because that's dumb.
Wow, we do.
But the intent to kick the ball was so obvious. How
and the intent to fall short options too, like to find
that's what
those
I mean, just to kick rather than handball.
Yeah, and not to bomb it to a contest like we do when we really fuck the things.
Yeah. How much of a superstar does Andrew McGrath look like when he slows down and tries to find a target? He was one of the best games one of our players have played all year.
Yes.
His best game ever. He's got one comparable one, and it was 4 years ago.
Yep.
So, meh. But, oh my God.
Yeah, no, it was really exciting. I mean, it's hopefully, and this is what we're talking about. Hopefully, this is what these young kids are learning. That when the more senior players come back in, it becomes what everyone's doing.
I hope so.
Because the only way to go forward with the club is to play a better brand of football, and I don't think the brand of football we've been playing in the last, early in that patch where after we lost all the players was going to work. It was just bomb it down the line, stand there, and let it come back.
And there's been a bit of a shift. Like I said, I don't want to bore you with numbers.
Yeah.
But the kick to handball ratios have, if you had it on a graph, it would be up and down. But overall, it's an increase. So, you go Anzac Day, the 1.6. The weeks after that was 1.1.
Yep.
Then it was sort of 1.2, then 1.1, then it's 0.9.
Yep.
1.08, 1.26, 1.44, 0.38, then it dropped again, but it's been back around that 1.3 and now 1.5. I just said I wasn't going to bore with the numbers and then did. But as a stat over time, it's going in the right direction.
So what we take from that is that we'll play better football when those numbers are more above that, around that 1.5-ish margin, and you throw on top disposal efficiency hits somewhere in the 70%.
Disposal efficiency.
Yeah, because that's the next part of it. You can't, and you could probably argue that you stop kicking it short or kicking it like that because you're missing targets and your disposal efficiency is falling down. So then you bomb it long because you're shit scared to turn it over.
Yeah. And I think there was probably 2 moments I can think of where I went, oh, that was the wrong option. So Roberts running, who had in late in the last quarter, had Dersma there. You were watching it through the window. And he just kept running and then tried to make an impossible kick. That was one where I went, that just wasn't the option.
Nope.
And then someone handballed to McGrath, who was moving backwards.
Yes.
And he had 3 guys around him when maybe the kick would... But you can't win them all.
No.
But overall, huge improvement.
Yeah, Robert's played another really good game too. Like his development again the last half of the year has been. I know no one's really talking about him for the Rising Star Award, but I hope he's very close in the count because he's having a great year. Seriously.
Yeah, I don't feel like any of us are really qualified unless you sit there and watch Adelaide, Fremantle, Brisbane every single week, which we don't.
I mean, I know that Dan Curtin's done some wonderful things. I've been watching
Ashcroft's been really consistent, really solid. Reed's fluctuated a little bit from what I've seen, but been very good. So
and the Langford at Melbourne's been pretty good too.
Yeah, Lindsay.
Lindsay's the one. Sorry.
But unless we sit there and watch all of them. I don't think
when our bias is not going to say Archie should win it.
But I'm a little surprised he's fallen out of favour to the point that he has. But
Well, I don't know, but I hope he just does well because I think he deserves that recognition at the end of the
yeah,
year. If he gets,
sure.
a fair few votes, that'd be great.
for sure, for sure.
The other one I want to quickly mention just there too
Please.
in the back line was Blackiston.
Yeah, go. You got a stat there for him.
Well, what was it? 8 intercept
8
marks.
intercept possessions.
Yep, possession. Sorry, and look, he was. We talk about his kicking worries us,
Disposal, his handball. They look so unco.
but he for a guy who's 203 whatever centimeter, he sidesteps and moves really well for his first few movements are really clean. Like I quite like the guy, but then he goes to kick it and you go, oh god.
Oh God, yeah. Look, to be fair to the man, I, I like him in the sense that he's just in the right spot. He
Yep.
seems to find himself where he needs to be all the time.
Yep.
Which I really like. I think
Yeah.
that's one thing you can't really teach.
No.
His instinct and knowing where to be. His disposal actually wasn't horrible
think
in terms of numbers. It just looks horrendous.
Yeah, he doesn't go for kicks. He doesn't think he can get. He's one of those sort of guys. I'm not going for that kick.
He went
The
at,
other thing I want to just quickly finish on too is
he went at 65%.
which is fine.
Efficiency. Yeah.
The one thing I just want to mention too, like also, he's a ruckman who's never, I don't think, played as a defender.
Yeah. It's We're
So
asking a lot.
and he's probably going to be our number one. Well, he will be if
He
Flab
will
doesn't
be
play.
our number one against Kerno and Mackay.
Yeah, wow. If you've got a fantasy thing and
lucky
get
though.
on Mackay, get on those two. Be my suggestion if you're looking for someone in your super coach.
Holy shit, yeah. Hope we beat Carlton. Jeez, that'd be lovely. Just a lovely way to finish off the year. Zach's 250th if he comes back. Yeah, I struggle with Blackiston because he does do a lot of good things, but then you watch him kick and you go, oh my God.
But I just love the guy's effort. I love what he's brought in. As a mid-season draft, come as a ruckman and has played as a centre half back. I think that a lot of respect to him. A bit like we've seen with May and McMahon how much of a wonderful job they've done rolling into the club, having to learn all the things you'd have to learn, systems. Such a big shift.
Yeah, and that's the sort of thing we don't think of.
No,
is they've had to go from a VFL or waffle side and then come in and learn an AFL system.
Yep.
Which I think is probably more so or more difficult for Blackiston because as a forward,
you'd have some running patterns.
It's a bit more natural, I think, than in defending as a team and being a cog in that and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I like him. I really do. I struggle watching the kicking and disposal.
Yeah, but it's all yeah, it's fine. I agree, but I also look forward to getting Reed and Mackay and Lewis and Ridley back too. So.
Lewis, we're first naming him.
Oh, sorry, Hayes. Yes,
Lewis.
Yeah.
So Lav was playing really well before injury. I wanted to just note that 13 touches, 9 marks, which at the end of the night, keeping in mind he went off halfway through the second quarter. 9 marks. 9 marks is equal third for us.
Wow. He was having a super game to that point.
It was so disappointing.
And the guy he was playing on went on to kick 3 goals after it.
And it was funny because you and I were sitting there going, he's dead. Take him off. They took him off. He disappeared for a bit and we thought, well, yeah, that's it. Okay. Then he came back on and we were like, he cannot move.
He can't run. Why are we sitting back out there?
Poor bastard. He's going,
I don't think I could run. No, you have to get back out.
Just fuck him properly. That'll be fine.
Because we thought it was hamstring when we first.
It looked like he pinged a hammy, yeah, but Brad Scott said knee to the
knee
hip.
to the hip or something like that. So it's
So
just a
he
very
might
bad
be
call.
a chance for next week. I don't really know how Corkies
true.
go, but Langford first game back looked really solid. 2 goals, playing as a wingman for most of the night. 10 of his 15 disposals were in the middle third, mostly forward as centre.
Yep.
And he had 6 score involvements as well. What I really liked was he had 2 shots at goal and kicked them. 1 late as well. He kicked our last goal to get us sort of back in with a hope. Kicked 1 forward, I think, first or second quarter where it was a grubber, but it was a deliberate grubber and it worked. And we kicked a goal, McMahon out the back. Just went.
It was a clever play.
I do love a good chaos ball. I'm sure he meant it. It looked like he meant it.
Looked like he meant it. Yes.
And I just
on kicking. Can we just briefly talk about Menzies 2 set shots?
Well, can I just finish that one thought? Sorry. We've been doing the player by player analysis of whether we think we should keep them or not.
Yep.
And I think what I'm finding out about my own opinions and my own thoughts of these guys is that I haven't seen them in long enough. I may or may not have said trade for Langford, but
have you not seen enough of Langford?
Just what I don't know. Just forget. And we're so down because we haven't won for 3 months, just about. And I think we all
20
get
years.
in
Yeah.
that really negative mindset.
Yep.
But just seeing him, I've been watching some highlights from earlier in the year and realizing how important Draper was.
Mm.
And even, not that it matters now, but even how important Stringer was at the end of last year. And I think we all sort of move on a bit too quick. Well, I do. I find I do. Probably shouldn't say we.
I think Langford, the thing that Langford excited me was 2 years ago he kicked 40 plus, maybe even 50 goals, wasn't it?
I think he hit 50.
Last year that didn't happen again, which I found a bit frustrating because, I don't know why. He had every opportunity, I think even Peter Wright came back, which I thought would have helped him because, he wouldn't get as many targets. So I found that disappointing. And then this year, look, I don't mind if he gets pushed out of that half-forward role if we think, guys like McMahon might be better, might have a bigger future. And he goes, I'd be happy for him on a wing. More than
He
happy
looked
for him.
okay, didn't he?
Because he can defend, he can go back and take a mark, and he can come forward and take a mark. So I'd be having no. If our wingers were him and Dersma,
Well, it's also very easy to forget that that's where he started.
yeah,
That was the big hope for him, was the win.
yeah, he's a running machine. He was very good in the time trials, and
Soft tissue injuries are a concern, but
yeah, that's
he
and that's why I
managed
think-
two
yeah.
full seasons before this year. So, I mean,
But I think that's why he got kicked forward because maybe that was a little less wear and tear on his legs. I don't know, but
anyway, I just had a bit of reflection in myself and
Yep,
how
fair
quickly I
enough.
can write guys off. And I think it's probably
and maybe McGrath was on that list.
Look, I think for all of them, it's about consistency.
That's exactly right.
Pidge
Yes.
played a fucking awesome game last night, and now I can go, okay, you have value, and I hope we see him a bit more doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's up to him to keep playing like that and not
That's the
revert
charge, yeah.
to this bombing it that long, because
Yep.
that's the issue I've got. He's evasive, he's quick. It's just if his head's moving too quick for his feet, or
Yep.
vice versa. Sorry, his feet's moving too quick for his head. That's where I have issues. So
What did you think of our sort of midfield group and the first bounce, which was him, Kako, and Durham, wasn't it? I think.
yes, I like Kako in the guts. Provides a little bit of a dynamic we don't generally have.
Mm.
Again, not brilliant numbers from Kako, but it just always seems to be about the place and
Yep.
in there. Oh, I don't know. It cost us a little bit late when Guelphy made that brilliant smother and then he just overran the ball.
Yeah, yeah.
That was frustrating, but
Yep.
kind of got to get over it.
What do you think about Hobbs not getting much or
Don't
not
understand.
yeah.
Don't get it. He went in late. Again, we can't get the CBAs, but
Yeah.
he went in like late third, I reckon, and that was about it. He had an okay game, 7 tackles, got the majority of his ball on the wing.
Yep. He's very good below his knees. He's one of those guys very good at getting the ball down there, getting it up, getting hands out. He's not a great
He does
turn of pace.
tackle well.
He's hard. He sticks his head over the ball. He's not afraid of contest.
But
He's really good at all that sort of stuff.
I just don't know where you play him anymore. And allegedly, we are into Windhager from St Kilda, who had a pretty
Why?
solid game last night.
Yeah.
I don't know. But if you look at that, I think that's his sort of spot. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm surprised by the Hobbs not playing in midfield. Like in this game, where you've what I don't quite get is I get why you brought Kako in because he brings a bit of extra speed. Because yes, I mean, but McGrath's not slow.
McGrath's got the acceleration. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And
So does,
and
Durham.
Durham's not slow either, so it's not a slow midfield. So to have someone like Hobbs in there, I would have thought complemented those other two because he's more of your in and under grunt working. And I'm just surprised that a guy who's excuse me 3 years in the system. Well, he's the same. He was in the same draft as Messiah Wanganeen, wasn't he? He was.
Yes, he was. Good shout. Yeah.
So whereas he's not getting that opportunity, Malira, sorry, has been pushed into that midfield role this year.
And he's fucking killing it.
He's
I did have to have a giggle that Nas had to go back and get a kick in because he hadn't had enough of the footy.
Yeah, that's true. But whereas Hobbs, he's not, and I don't think it's, I mean, I think it's his time to actually be pushing into that role. But anyway.
Well, look, above all else, no Merritt, no Caldwell.
Everyone.
It just screams
yeah.
on obvious, well, here you go. And I mean, not every single bounce, but just more.
More, that's right. And it was about 2 years ago, whatever, when Parrish got injured, that he did get a lot more of that CBA sort of stuff and played some really good football in that patch. I remember it.
Yeah, and his talent or his ability really is the tackling and the hard. Like,
Yeah,
we
it's
talk about
inside.
Setterfield
Yeah,
playing that role. That's what
yeah,
I can see him doing. And I love
exactly.
Setters for that
Mm,
role.
yep.
So
Anyway,
I don't
it's
know.
interesting. It's another one of those we put in the interesting basket, don't we? We're going, oh,
Interesting
let's.
basket. And when he gets delisted or traded at the end of the year, we'll go, ah.
Well, when he goes off to another club and plays pretty good
And
footy, we
plays a
go,
midfield. You go,
well, I
ah,
don't quite get
that's.
it. But anyway,
Back to Joe Menzies.
yep.
I was very pleased to see him get a start.
Mm.
I hate last week you bring him into the team and he starts a sub. That's
He
just
comes on for a quarter.
it's
Mm.
just rude,
Yep.
if you ask me. First shot at goals, the snap should be bread and butter for a small forward, but all right, I'll forgive you for that. That's fine. It's your first
Yep.
shot, no worries. Set shot, I can't remember the second one. It was a relatively easy set
Yeah, it
shot.
was not quite directly in front, but not far off it.
And then the third one, 15 metres out straight in front.
Oh,
Now, I went and had a kick at my local park the other day, and I had a
you have
little
short
set
shorts
shot.
on? Short
About
shorts?
just shorts, not short shorts, just shorts. 30 out, straight in front, shanked it. And I hung my head in embarrassment and shame that I had missed. And there was literally no one watching me. I was the only one that gave a shit. And I can't. You're an AFL footballer and you shank that.
And I reckon he missed the last one too. You don't think he did?
Yeah,
But
well, no. It's not that I don't think he did. I
was
just
called a
don't
goal.
think the front on
Yeah,
vision is enough to know what really happened. I think you
because
need to side on.
all the St Kilda players all put their arms up straight away and go, nah, didn't go through. He's running off with his fist. Yeah, I kicked it. And everyone's going, no. I'm
Suck it
going,
in the goal line.
jeez, it doesn't look like it ever went.
It was
around
very
that.
close.
Yeah,
They must have reviewed it and been happy with it because they
Yeah,
took a
must have,
little
yeah.
bit to bounce the ball. And then St Kilda got the free kick from the guts anyway.
yeah.
Look, I think
Mm.
Menzies not on the list next year. I don't think.
Yep.
I don't see that happening. But bro, you're a small forward. That's got to be your bread and butter. That just has to be what you do well.
Yep.
It's frustrating, especially when McMahon. I mean, McMahon had a set
Yeah.
shot from straight in front, 2 meters out, and absolutely munged it. Like he did the exact same routine that he does from 50.
Yep.
Munged it in the positive sense. I mean, he kicked it
Yeah.
as hard as he possibly could. Had
But
one
he's
run into goal, he kicked into a corporate box. That was a nice little shot.
that's his sort of. I think that's his modus operandi is that he doesn't chip the ball for shots. He always gives that full kick. Which
When you're a kid learning how to kick, that's what you're told.
that's exactly right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That whereas Menzie in that one sort of did a little bit of just a little. Oh, I've only got a 20-meter kick. I'll just give it a little chip, and that's.
Tell
where
you
they
what,
fuck.
Draper was onto something.
Oh, it's banana. Yeah, true.
Bunana. If it works.
Maybe Menzie needs that one too.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I want to have
sorry.
a little direct word with the cheer squad, if that's okay. Well, not the cheer squad, just the
Sam
one
was
bloke.
particularly annoyed by this. I want this to be known. He was particularly annoyed by this. Several times he made comment about this.
Just the one bloke with the target. Now, I get it because again, as a kid, you're told to pick something behind the goal and kick to it, right? Can we get it in between the fucking goal sticks? Like so many times, the target was not. If he
Facing the wrong way. He's kicking it over there and he's over there.
like it was Perkins is the one I remember. If he kicked to the target, he was hitting the post. Like, can we sort that shit? It's not your target. Give it to someone else. Who?
He was very upset by it. People correct me out.
Talk about footy IQ. Yes, here's a target to kick to, but I'm between the point posts. Okay.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Oh, that shits me.
Mm.
I think that's about it. All I had to talk about. The umpiring probably needs a mention.
Oh, there were a couple
I don't like to harp on it because I'm very much control the things you can control.
Yep.
I should be a cage. And you can't control the umpires. However, the Langford holding the man right at the end was garbage, where he just tackled Steele, I want to say, and Elaney or someone pinged him for it. Goldstein should have got a holding the ball decision very, very late on, streaming forward after Blackiston decided to run a marathon.
Bounce the ball and then have no one to give it to. I didn't quite understand that.
Didn't want to kick the ball because I think that's actually one thing to say about Blackiston. Knows his limitations, and he does not play beyond his limitations. I respect that.
Yep.
There was one on the far wing where I can't remember who the players were, but they were niggling at each other, and then our guy just sort of tapped him in the back, and Elaney paid the free kick, and then our guy got bowled over, and there was no reversal.
Mm.
There was one. This is the worst one. Sorry. No St Kilda ruck, no St Kilda ruck.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
Mason Wood proceeds to compete in the ruck. I'll play on.
yeah,
Sorry.
that one confused you and I. We're like,
What?
but didn't he say no St Kilda ruck?
You've said it several times and you've done the gesture
Yeah.
and everything.
Well,
Oh, I
maybe he just went,
can't.
oh no, I saw someone coming in. It's all right.
That's an
Let it
admin
play.
error.
And there
Change the
was
rules.
the
Just have
ones that
two
probably got
ruckmen.
me were the number of times players moved around on the mark
And it's not 50 anymore. Yeah.
and the umpires didn't say stand. I didn't hear the umpire. Usually you hear the umpire shouting stand, stand,
Yeah. And
or out of the protected zone, or
one of our guys did it too.
yeah.
That should
He
have
was
been
jumping
50.
around on the mark.
Yeah. It's
Star
weird.
jumps. I'm going, hang on, I thought you weren't allowed to do that.
Rule of the week.
Yep. Anyway, that's just
Anyway,
right.
I think the overall feeling
Hmm.
is very positive. You were very positive last night. I was a bit upset and a bit flat because
You wanted to win.
we deserved to win that. We
Yep.
were good enough to win that. And after, what was it, 23rd of May, round 11, so 12 weeks of football, it just would have been nice and a bit of reward.
We're saving it for Carlton.
I hope so. Votes. So Murray would have been going for the trifecta this week. Missed out. He said Essendon by 5, so he was still quite close.
Wow.
Yeah, still very close.
He's on fire.
I mean, the wrong outcome, I'll admit, but
He's only 7 points off.
in any case, maybe the first time in Don Pod history,
Hmm.
Jim Cochran said the draw and was the closest.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave 3 votes to McGrath, 2 votes to Durham, who you hate, and 1 vote to Redmond.
Him.
Needless.
And what did you vote for, Sam?
Well, I gave 1 to Durham, who I
Who
love.
you love?
I love and adore. I don't think, look, I think any combination of these 3 is fine, but 2 to Redmond and 3 to Pidge. I loved Pidge's game. The output from him and the ability to limit Wangani Millera was very, 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 very good. And Pidge, I want to see more of it, please, because that was excellent.
Yeah, it was. I agreed with Jim and gave the same votes with McGrath 3, Durham 2, and Redmond 1. Redmond had a massive amount of possessions, but he had, I don't know how many kick-ins, 10, and
10 or 11, yeah.
Yeah, so that you take those points off. But Redmond's one of those guys you and I watch, and when he's when he's charging through, he's unreal, kicking along, he's beautiful kick. He does some wonderful things, but geez, he does some really lazy things where he just stands there and kicks and doesn't.
It's really interesting because Jimmy Bartell said it on one of the footy shows this week that there's no effort and intent to get off the mark.
Yeah.
They take the mark and they just stand there. And then he'll sort of peel back or he'll just kick off 1 step.
Yep.
And now it's been pointed out to us.
We see it.
It was so obvious last night. And
I've always seen it, but I've never been able to, see it.
what's
Like
wrong.
I thought,
Yeah,
something annoys me about Red Dog.
Yeah. And it's the kicking off 1 step, which to be fair works for him.
Sometimes, yeah.
But as you were saying last night, you stand there and then you get called to play on and the opposition player is 3 or 4 meters closer than what he should be. He played a great game and he was instrumental.
Yeah, I'm not bagging him out, but he's just this.
I think you can bag out the mark stuff. That's just footy basics. Get off the mark, get back and find but very good game.
Yeah. I love it that we give a guy a vote and we still bag him out. We're such a.
Well, we're not bagging him out. He was very good. We're just pointing out that that happens a lot and it's interesting.
As for Durham, he played another really good game. His CBA numbers, I imagine, would have been really high.
He's a wrecking ball, isn't he?
He does crack through.
He just charges through.
Yep, sticks his head over the ball, goes, I'll get it.
Got some white line fever too, which is nice. Next week, we play Carlton Thursday night. Now, I want to just say to people
that we hate
Thursday
Carlton.
night
Nope.
is not a good night to go to the football.
What?
It's Thursday night. It's hard. You got to work Friday. I get it. It's fine. What I would suggest is that Zach Merritt's 250th. It's our last home game of the year, and it's at the MCG. If you can, go. Get there.
You just said.
Just show a bit of support after a shit year. Give Zach a big metaphorical hug. Metaphorical? Is that a word? Yeah. There you go.
That's the word.
Look, I'm going and I'm making an effort to go because I feel like this is one that
I still reckon they should just hold him off to round one next year, to be honest.
Well, look, I mean, if Zach plays, yeah.
When there'll be like 60, 70,000 there instead of like Thursday night, you just said Thursday night, Carlton, I don't, like, maybe it could be 40, 50,000. I don't know. Like, Carlton people might be rushing to it. What are they fucking going for?
Well, that's what I mean. So it's an Essendon home game. So all of us members that have seats,
Yep.
just
Yeah,
if you
just
can,
saying.
I get it.
Yeah.
People have stuff on. It's fine. I'm just saying, if you can, if you're 50-50,
I'm happy to give my seat to someone if they want it.
go. Yeah, me. Thanks for that. So I can take a
Okay.
friend.
You don't have friends.
Oh yeah, good point.
Maybe it'll be a.
Seems unlikely at this point. So
Any girls want to go with Sam?
injury front, Laverde
Yep.
cupped the knee to the hip and McMahon a possible hand. So actually not sure what happens there. The VFL is not started as of right now. So we should get Merritt back, despite your desire to never see him play football again. And
Jesus Christ!
sorry,
Asshole.
we should get Dylan Shield back.
Oh, do we want him back? Can we just not have him back? Like, are we better without him?
I'm not going to go into that. I think he will come back. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he will come back, but I don't want him to.
So changes. I'm going to say Lab's fit. I don't know if you get a week for a Corky. I feel like that's something he can recover from. I don't know. I've never had.
If it's a
one.
corky, yes, he recovers. If it's a hamstring, which we thought it was, then no.
Well, Brad Scott said. Well, the club said hip on Twitter and all that during the game, and then Brad said
see.
it's a knee to the hip. So, hopefully he plays for our sake, because I think a backline without him and with Mackay and Kerno could get a bit nasty. That worries me.
Was there an Essendon player that pushed another opposition player and hit another Essendon player again in the game last night too?
Yeah, there was, but I can't remember the.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was.
Specifics.
I do remember it. You and I went, isn't that the same as what Dylan Shield did? You know?
Yeah, the outcome wasn't quite as dramatic, I think.
Yeah. He didn't like flip over backwards.
Yeah, he didn't nearly kill himself. Yeah. Hopefully McMahon can get up too. A bit of circle there. In terms of McMahon VFL.
I'd worry about a forward who's got a broken hand.
Yeah, I know. But if it's not broken, hopefully he's okay. But a bit of a round. What do they call it? An arc. He used to play for Carlton VFL.
Oh yes.
Essendon,
yeah, that's true. Actually, it would have been a nice sort of stick it up them sort of moment.
Yeah, and I mean they've got Wiedering. I don't know what other sort of tall stocks in terms of defenders.
Yeah, they got a couple of decent. Yeah.
Okay, so well, I think it's winnable. I just hope we keep playing that same style.
Yeah,
and I know it's not as straightforward because it's not completely within our control, but it is mostly within our control.
Well, I think for me the concern is that I don't think we play the MCG as well as we do play Marvel. I think Marvel we play a little bit cleaner because it suits flat track bullies. Well, not even bullies.
Well, just flat. That's why I say flat track. Yeah,
flat track flamingos. So whereas the MCGs, there'll be wind.
Bigger, it's colder.
There'll be wind and rain, and we'll be all like, "Oh,
God, I hope it's not raining."
So I don't give us as much optimism as you, but I just want to see the effort. I just want to see what we've seen the last few weeks. I want to see clever footy, short kicks, move the ball down the ground, and then find targets forward. Like that's a pretty basic game plan, really.
It's football 101. Thursday, 18 degrees and no rain. Be a beautiful night.
That will be a nice night actually. It'll be almost moving into spring weather.
Oh, how nice! We had a lovely day here during the week, and then it went straight back to cold and horrible. Tip?
The Bombers. I think we could do this, but I would be worried. Without Lav, I think we'd be in a lot of trouble.
Bit of knee deep in shit.
Yeah.
Do you think if we don't get Lav, we might see Jeren?
I think you really have to, because who is the tall that's like Blackstone can't do both of them. Well, that sounds a bit weird.
I'm sure he could if he wanted to.
Yeah, I don't know. Blackstone's
whatever you're into.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not that that's a problem.
No.
We don't have any other tall that could, like, they're not even a forward. Like,
no.
Could Langford go back and play as a defender?
Sorry, my child's trying to talk to me. It's quite difficult to concentrate on two things at once. I was saying no to you, but I said it angrily because of her. So that was weird. I'll say Don's by 15.
Fair enough.
Let's go and have a party and beat Carlton and really, really, really end their season with a.
And then go up to the Gold Coast and beat them and ruin their finals.
I'm hoping with the Gold Coast one, they don't need to win, and we can just they can field a second side and
we
can just have a bit of fun. Like I don't know.
Lose by 10
We
goals.
won't beat you, Gold Coast, but we can make it interesting.
What's going on in that game actually at the moment? Oh, yeah.
Last time I checked,
They're down by 22 actually at the moment against the Giants. So,
half time.
yeah. So that's not good for them, really, because that's up there. It's in Brisbane. Oh, sorry, in Gold Coast, isn't it?
Yeah, where they like to play.
Yeah. Well, that'd be nearly the first loss. Well, if they lose, I know it's a long way to go, but they don't lose up there very often.
GWS do need to win, though. Keep their
Yes,
season
they do,
alive.
yeah. I had a little fiddle with the ladder this morning.
Fiddle.
Sounds weird.
So Freo might miss now. And no, Paddy Voss. That's a shame. Oh,
You
dear.
don't like Tony Voss, he can get fucked.
He got owned by
Yeah.
Harris Andrews. Absolutely shat on.
Because Harris Andrews is a good defender.
All right, let's wrap it up there. Thank you for tuning in. Much positive vibes this week. It was nice. Always lovely to chat footy. Go Dons.
Go Mamas.